Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new to the channel, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. On this channel, I go over tokens, I do reviews on tokens, and give them a score. I usually give them a score of between 0 to 100, depending on how good of a what word would I use now? Depending on how good the token checks out. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any ideas of tokens that I should review, please put them in the comment section. Today we're going to look at the AMP token. This token has been around for a while and it's on the Ethereum blockchain. So first thing we're going to do is copy the contract address, which is Ethereum, but we're also going to go scroll down, read a couple of these information. So it says it currently has a market cap of 2.5 billion and the price is currently sitting at a little bit over 5 cents. So you see in the last hour it went up by 0.5%. Last 24 hours went up by 1.9%. In the last 7 days it went down by 8.3%. In the last 2 weeks it went down by 18.2%. In the last 30 days it went up by 8.9%. Over the last year, the course of the last year, it went up over 1,000%. So let's go back to a year on the chart to show that it over a year ago, about a year ago, let's go back a little bit. So exactly a year ago, it was for one token, it was $0.004 for one token, and currently sitting at 5 cents per token, or a little bit over 5 cents per token. So it currently has a trading volume. So this is a 24-hour trading volume of over $24 million. All right, let's scroll back. Let's look at let's open their website, see what their website says. All right, it says, that's the symbol for AMP. So it says, let's take money into the 21st century. AMP provides assets like Dash with instant verifiable assurance for any real world application. So it says stake. AMP is an extensible platform for collateralizing asset transfers. By staking AMP, any form of value exchange can be guaranteed. Digital payments, fiat currency exchange, loan distributions, property sales, and more. So it's a one stake to a partition. AMP is ready to collateralize a transfer with the use of collateral pools. AMP effectively decentralizes the risk of asset transfer, especially suitable for fraud-proof networks and real-world applications. So it says repeat. So AMP also simplifies network reward distribution once a transfer is complete. The AMP smart contracts offer a variety of built-in incentives models, including micro distributions and continuous compounding. Alright, so why AMP? Alright, it says AMP helps you decentralize risk for your users with smart contract features, purpose built for collateral, nothing more, nothing less. Alright, so you can read up on these. It says down here, non-inflationary. So when new projects adopt AMP, existing implementations benefit from increased liquidity and decentralization, which in turn reduces volatility and enhances collateral quality as a result of the token's fixed supply. Okay, so here is their white paper, and their white paper gives you a whole bunch of information on the different offerings they have. Alright, so it says meet our friends and collaborators, from staking payments on Flexa to providing stability through liquidity. The AMP ecosystem offers many ways to use and earn AMP today. So it says Flexa. Let's look at Flexa digital payments. I think is the first one. So Flexa network. So let's see what they do. All right, so Flexa.network. So it says the global leader in pure digital payments. Flexa offers the fastest, most fraud-proof payments network in the world. Guaranteed settlement, flexible integration options, USD, Canadian, and more. Okay. All right, so so they're working with good companies, I guess. All right, so let's close that out. All right, so they're on Coinbase, Gemini. They work with Coinbase, Gemini, Sushi Swap, Uniswap. So they're working with a lot of companies. All right, let's see their Twitter. How many followers? They've been around for over a year. So let's see how many followers they have. So they have over 35,000 followers. Let's see how active they are. All right, so they reposted November 17. Alright, so Voyager, join us in welcoming. I'm talking to the Voyager app. So I guess Voyager added AMP. So they haven't reposted anything since November 17. That's like five days ago. So they're not super active on here. But that's over 35,000 followers. Alright, let's start loading up some of the apps we use to check these tokens. Let's use bscheck.eu. We copied their address earlier. Remember, it's an Ethereum token, so we got to click on the ETH tab. That's Ethereum. I got to paste the address in here. Check. Wait for it to load. While it's loading, I think we can use some of the shortcuts on here. So let's go to etherscan, open link, and let's see if bscheck loaded. So it's bscheck.eu is saying this is risky. Let's see why it's saying that. Alright, it's saying one negative is saying it hasn't burnt any of the supply, so 0% burnt. And it's saying sell seems to be okay. Well, let's go check. We're gonna come back to bscheck, but let's go check on dextools if people are actually buying and selling this at the moment. Where it says ether tools, we're gonna click on peer explorer. We're gonna paste it over here. So paste, and here it is. AMP should show 5 cents. So 5 cents, 0.53 cents. So it just went up just by a little bit. In the last 24 hours, I guess it went up by 4.6% on here. It says the total liquidity of this token is $7.2 million. That's a lot of liquidity. And dextools gave it a score of 99. And down below here, we can see somebody just sold 1.3 Ethereum. That's over that's about $4,500 worth. Somebody just bought 5 Ethereum. That's over $20,000 worth. And somebody just bought 2.8 Ethereum. That's like $9,000 worth. So people are buying and people are selling. Let's go back to see what bscheck was saying about this token. So it says contract owner not renounced. So over the past year that it's been ran or open, the owner has not been renounced so far. Now let's see what else it's saying. Alright, this is saying it cannot find liquidity pool info. And it's got it said a liquidity issue because it detected an address with 22% of the token supply. That's too high. So these are the top holders. So you have 5 addresses. Out of the top 5 addresses, the number 1 address has over 22% of the token supply, and then the one in second place to 5th place all have less than 1%. I don't know which address this is or whose address this is with the 22.5%. Let's see, I've never clicked on one of these before to check it out, but let's check it on. I think it's bringing me to etherscan. It's saying there's no matching addresses. I'm not sure why. Alright, well, it gets a negative for this 22%. One person or one wallet owning 22.5% of the token. Let's go back to their website. It said, let's search for the word liquidity. Alright, liquidity. It says proving stability through liquidity. It doesn't say anything about putting anything in liquidity. Alright. Token amp. This is ether that. Alright, this is etherscan. So it's saying it currently has, that's the token, amp token, currently has over 56,000 holders. That's a lot. And over the course of this token's lifespan, it has been through over 440,000 transfers, and you can see down here all the transfers that's happened so far. You see a total of 440,000 transfers. That's a lot. And this one only showing the last 100,000. All right, let's go look at the contract. We got to look for the owner. We already saw in bscheck that the owner has not been renounced. So it says the owner is 0x533. So we're going to go back here, search for owner, and it should be 0x533. So here it is, or here the person is 0x533. So we know that these two matches up, so we know the ownership has not been renounced. And it's unable to find liquidity pool info at the current moment. And remember, this giving it a, it's even though this gave it a risky score, I think it's because of the type of contract address that hides certain information, I guess, why it can't find liquidity and stuff like that. And the website itself don't even give you, all right, let's see docs. What does it say in docs? All right, it says overview, digital collateral. What makes AMP unique? AMP is a fundamental building block for the future of digital and physical transfers. Its exclusive purpose is to serve as collateral for any asset transfer. Two innovations make AMP unique: collateral managers and token partitions. Alright, so what are collateral managers? Collateral managers are sort of like escrow accounts built with different rules and specifications that can be customized to fit various use cases. Anyone can create a collateral manager with AMP as a collateral to use in applications whenever efficient value transfers or escrow services may be beneficial. Okay. Alright, so token partitions are similar to traditional hard disk partitions, where regions of a disk can be managed separately. Partitions within the AMP token contract allow different collateral managers to enforce rules upon separate, distinct spaces associated with the same digital address. This enables users to stake tokens without literally transferring them to a smart contract. And that makes sense, or that's good. And you can read where the real world use cases are. Well, right here where we investigated the Flexa website. So Flexa uses AMP to enable instant fraud-free payments to merchants across its digital payment network. So it's actually, AMP is actually being used in real world situations right now. Unlike other tokens or like new tokens on the market now, they only really tell you, hey, in the future we're gonna be able to do this, or soon in the next couple of years we're gonna be doing this or whatever. It looks like AMP already started working with a whole bunch of different companies to say, hey, we're working on this, we're doing this already, we're already integrated into other businesses. So that's really good for the token. So we're really finished with bscheck. Let's see what else did they have. They have one called Explorer. So Explorer.io. Now let's see. So it says token information, and right here, see right here it says owner, and it shows you the owner again. So the owner address has been verified 3 times, and transfers of over 440,000, holders over 56,000. And here it shows you the price again, and it shows you in the last 24 hours went up 2.8%. So this gives you a lot of information, just like coingecko gives. And here it shows you the total supply. So at this point the total supply is 99 billion. So this shows you all the transfers. You can go through and check these transfers, and this shows you the holders. And right here you see, now we only saw one of the transfers of the top 5 holders earlier, of one being 22.5%, but now we're seeing 2 different holders, well 3 different holders with different over 20 something percent. This is kind of suspicious to me, even though the token seems to be legit at this moment. In the back of my head, I'm still worried about these 3 addresses. I would have to investigate more to find out what these addresses are for, or why do they have over $1 billion worth of the tokens in their wallet. Alright, so that's Explorer. I'm gonna have to start using Explorer more as I start using more and more, doing more and more Ethereum tokens. As I said earlier, it said Dex score gave it a score of 99, and out of 21 people who voted for this coin, 95.2% say they're good. I want to check, are there any comments on this token? Alright, so from 5 months ago it says I am and we are the 15% up there. Alright, that's babbling. Alright, somebody said AMP is simply the best token ever made, a perfect balance between utility, security, and compliance. So it says keep searching for airdrops, then test our Trust Wallet web version and earn 50. Alright, so it's actually getting some good reviews. Well guys, with Ethereum tokens, there's not too much you can research into these tokens with the limited tools we have at this moment. I think I have like 5 different tools right now that checks these tokens, but it would be best if you, I'm here to help you guys, and you guys can help me too. If you find out about any other token checker out there, don't be afraid to put it in the comment section and tell me to check it out. If I use it and I like it, I'll put it in my next video or the next 2 or 3 videos to show other people how to use it. At this moment I use etherscan, bscheck.eu, amp, dextools, and let me see if certic.org has AMP. I'm not sure if they have AMP. If they had ran anything on AMP, AMP. So they don't have AMP. They haven't done any checks on AMP. So this is one of my other tools that I like using, certic.org. But they haven't done any checks on AMP as yet. But so far, with the real world cases right here, you can click right here, it says real world cases. We see that they've been doing a lot of work with other companies, and that's really good for the token. And over the past year, you see that it's only went up. Since if you bought 1 year ago, your money would have went up over 1,000% so far. So it's not like some of these tokens that they start out well, like for the first month or two they do well, and then all they do is just go into the negative for the next couple of years. This one actually went up, went down a little bit, but then started to pick up again. So I think this is one of the one of the best tokens I've reviewed so far, seeing that it's already starting to work with other companies, like it says earlier, one known as Flexa. That's a payment services website, and they've been working with a whole bunch of other companies. So that's looking really good for the token. Alright, so here we are again. Oh, so all right, so this looked like it was my bad. So the one address with the 22.5% was, that's the only address. So in, I think we saw it in bscheck Ethereum. So these three addresses that had the over 20%, these are all locked. So it's people who are staking, and I'm not sure which one this is. This is probably a dead address. I'm not sure if this is a dead address or not. Well, no, it shows the address. But once you see these little work paper or pieces of paper, it means those addresses are locked. So this is Flexa staking. So 28% is in staking right now, and then 23% is in another locked address. I'm not sure. I'd have to ask them on their Twitter page. But on bscheck, where it shows that one address has over 22.5%, that's this address, 22.5%. And then the other three addresses, the other two addresses that we see that they had over 70% of everything. I said it was suspicious, but here, as we do a little bit more research into the token, we can see that the top one, where it's 28%, that's for staking, and that's a part of their system where people are able to stake their tokens. And here we found out that that one address for staking has the 28%, the $1.5 billion. 1.5 billion, yes. So there's over $1.5 billion staked in here. And then I'm not sure what this Gemini 5 is, but I'll do a little bit more research into this. And this just goes to show you guys that even when you think you found out everything, because you probably think, hey, I'm not gonna trust this token because this website says over three out of 5 of the top addresses have over 60% of the token. Well, yes, they do, but two of those addresses are for staking. One is for staking with the 28%, and the other one is, so let's go back to, I think it was Explorer. So here we're Explorer. So holders. Alright, so here it showed that, hey, this one has 28.81%, and here it is, Flexa staking. So here it is. That's the website, the Flexa, this company, the payment company that AMP works with. That's this company, Flexa, and that's where we got this 28.81%. 0.81%. Then this 23.35% is this locked account called Gemini 5. I would have to do more research into this Gemini 5. And then this 0x709 0x079 is 0x709 is this 22.5%. So you see guys, if we just do all the research we should do, we'll always be in the best hands of our research. As long as you do enough research into the tokens, you'll find out more than you thought you would, or whatever you thought you already found out. If you do a little bit more research, you'll see that you can cancel out some things you thought about the token, or found out some good things about the token. So at least now we only see that only instead of 3 suspicious addresses, now we only have 1 suspicious address. So guys, remember to, if you haven't subscribed to this channel as yet, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want me to do any videos on any tokens you have in mind, just put them in the comment section and I'll do a video on it. And this was a video on the AMP token. Please remember to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. But have a great day. Thank you for watching.